Let's talk about something that's keeping you up at night. You're working harder than ever before, longer hours, more stress, constant connectivity, and yet somehow you're still living paycheck to paycheck. Your rent takes half your income, your car payment, insurance, and student loans, they all eat up most of the rest. And you're one unexpected expense away from a financial disaster. Meanwhile, you see other people, maybe your friends, who seem to have figured it out. They're working remotely, they're taking vacations, buying houses, and you're wondering, what am I doing wrong? Here's what I've learned from seeing people do career transitions. It's not all about working harder. It's about working in the right market. And right now, the hottest market is data. While you're competing with hundreds of people for traditional jobs, there are literally millions of unfilled data positions out there, and companies are desperate looking for people like you who can work with their information. For example, the average SQL Server developer makes about $75,000 a year, and that's not the ceiling, that's the average. Entry-level positions start at about $50,000 to $60,000, and senior positions can hit six figures and more. Here's the beautiful part. You don't need years of experience to get started. You don't need a computer science degree either. You don't even need to move to Silicon Valley. You just need to learn the language of data. And SQL isn't just a technical skill, it's economic leverage. And I'm not saying money is everything, but I am saying that financial stress can affect everything in your life, your health, relationships, your ability to take risks and pursue opportunities. So the next Kiawi Tech cohort is starting soon, and it is designed for people like you who are tired of working hard but getting literally nowhere. The question isn't whether you deserve better. The question is, what are you going to do about it? So join the next cohort at www.KiawiTech.com.
Hello, everybody. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you might be watching us from. This is Beverlyn Defoyne, and you're watching the live show on KiawiTechIT Academy. And tonight we have a special guest, as always. But before we get to our guest, if you're joining us for the first time, this is KiawiTechIT Academy, and like the name insinuates, it's an IT academy. And this academy was founded some years ago, 2018, with a mission to empower people through IT training and provide unlimited access to tools and resources that are necessary to demystify different career paths in IT. So if you're someone who has been interested in pursuing some career in IT, regardless of whatever field you're interested in, whether it's cybersecurity, database administration, you're in the right place. Stay with us, and we're going to have a very interesting chat about what's in here for you and why KiawiTechIT Academy is the best option that you can pursue at the moment. And so once again, if you're just joining us for the first time, kindly let us know where you're joining us from. Drop your comments in the chat, and whatever questions that you have in the course of the conversation, feel free to drop your comments. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, you're highly, highly, highly welcome. And of course, we have our guest today, whom I'll be introducing very soon. And you feel free to ask your questions to our guest as well in the comments section, and we will do well to address all of your questions in the course of the conversation. So before I bring our guest on, I just want to briefly share what Kiawi Tech really does and the different trainings that are available for you at KiawiTechIT Academy. So give me a moment. I'm going to show you this flyer that you see on your screen. Is simply sums up, and it's a lot going on the flyer, but it sums up the different courses that KiawiTechIT Academy offers in case you're looking to pursue a career in any of these areas. So the first one you see there is SQL Server database administration, and this is so timely, this conversation tonight, because the grand orientation for the next batch that KiawiTech is onboarding starts, it's tomorrow actually, because the classes are starting soon this October. So the grand orientation is tomorrow. That's why you see grand orientation September 27th, and that is tomorrow. So the SQL Server database administration, there is Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing, there is Amazon Web Services, there is IBM, there is cybersecurity, and so much more that is available for you at the Academy. So, just to give that roundup so you have an idea of the kind of courses you can expect to take at KiawiTech IT Academy. And each of these would last at most 6 months, if I'd say. So, that's a quick wrap up, roundup of what KiawiTech is and what it does. And today, I guess I'm not going to be doing most of the talking because it's best to let someone who's gone through the process and has seen how the process has impacted them to give you the information instead of me. So I'm going to bring our guest on stage, and our guest is none other than a Kiawi Tech alum who has thrived in the institution and is definitely coming to give back to the institution. And we're so grateful that he's able to create this time to join us, to be able to share some of the tips and tricks that worked for him while he was a student and how he's thriving in his work environment. So, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Martin Alemke to the stage. So, Martin, you're on stage now. Yay!
Yeah. Hello, guys. Hello,
You're on stage.
Billy.
Yeah, I see someone is watching us. Thank you for joining us. Please let us know where you are watching us from. And we would definitely appreciate that. So, Martin, thank you so much for making this time to join. I know that you're super busy, but you made this time to join us. And that's very telling of the kind of person that you are. You want to give back to the community, to the people who perhaps didn't see this journey that you took up on as something that could build up to this moment. But then, and I can testify to it because we were in the same batch and you were my group leader. You were literally flogging us to come to to meetings.
Right, that's right. Absolutely right.
I have no doubt that you are where you are today. It was so evident that you were going to get here because of how you took it like you took it so seriously. That's all I can say. So thank you so much again. I'll just let you introduce yourself. Tell us again who you are and what you do and how you even got to know about KiawiTech IT Academy.
Okay. Hello, viewers. Hi, Beverly. It's a wonderful pleasure to be here once more to give back to the community. And yeah, so as you've earlier given an intro, and I think it's quite telling, right? So yeah, my name is Martin, and originally I like originally from Cameroon, right? But currently residing and working in Europe, Ireland, and my journey with Cavitech has had been was a bit some sort of guessing, surprising, doubting if everything is going to be okay, or be like, would this thing actually work? So yeah, when I made a decision to join Kiawitech, like I was my friend told me about Kiawitech, and I told him, will this actually work? I mean, I've never, I really do not know. I just have little basics about IT. Like I do, if you tell me something about an IP address, I won't be able to tell you. Like the little knowledge I know is just to operate in a Microsoft SQL Server, um, um, Microsoft Word, Excel. Like I didn't know anything. So he told me like I need to send away that fear, right? Because what is always holding us back is the fear. Like we
Yeah.
always have that fear that we'll probably not make it. That is always the problem, right? So I told him, I think I am going to try this, and I will do everything possible to send away that fear. Like, so I joined Tech. I think that was batch 14, and I joined for data SQL Server database administration. So I did the SQL Server database administration training, After that, I went for Azure, the Azure training, because at that moment, the idea of cloud computing was like trending, and everybody wanted to get to the cloud. And I was like, I think I cannot end here. I'll have to go further. So I moved further to study Microsoft Azure, and yeah, I graduated from KiawiTech, and yeah, then the next thing I took for, which was literally a free service that KiawiTech offered, was the offer my
Open my
open my
offer
offer.
letter.
Yeah, open
Mhm.
my offer letter. So I actually went for that because I mean, I said it's good to try. First, it was free, and we had wonderful instructors, wonderful coaches who were guiding us, helping us how to. I mean, I never even knew what it was a CV, like a good tech CV, knew nothing, and so during that period, I was able to like captivate a lot from the insights that were being shared during these sessions. And good, so I established a perfect CV, established a perfect LinkedIn profile, and boom, like 3 4 months after, I was contacted by a recruiter directly. I didn't apply for any job, so, and I was still back then in Africa. So, and I was contacted, and he just sent me this, that he has seen my profile, and he wants us to have a discussion. I was like, I mean, I was shocked, and I was like, I've
It was
never.
a scam.
Yeah, like 100%. I still have some messages where I actually wrote to my friend. I think you know him, Cyprian. So I told
Oh
him
yes.
this could be a scam, right? Someone wants to, but I mean, a lot of people were like, I mean, just try. There's nothing. He's not asking you for anything. He has not asked you for any finances, anything. Why not? Why don't you just? I mean, the fact is that the company was, I mean, top level, like something I couldn't even imagine that I could get somebody
Yeah.
from, like, I couldn't. I was expecting maybe some sort of little, like, medium size or small companies, not top
Yeah.
level IT companies getting in
Wow.
touch with me. And yeah, so I did the interview, and actually did the interview. I think there were like 4 sessions of the interview. So yeah, I did the interview, and interview was successful. So I got a job offer. That was in January 2024. So I got a job offer January 2024, but like processing, they had to process everything for me to come to their head office in Ireland, in Europe, and yeah, it took 1 year for that to be completed, and they were actively like patient enough to wait for me, and they were like, no, no problem. I think you've already crossed the interview, you've proven to us that you can do what we are expecting from you, so we're going to wait. Okay, so I actually got my visas and everything arranged. That was February, so I started actually working as a database cloud support engineer, and in February 3rd. Okay, today makes me I think 8 months or 7 months. So that's that. And I mean,
Oh my
so
God.
yeah.
What a journey. Like,
Mm.
I'm just smiling molar to molar because this is so. I mean, you and I sitting in class and all of that, and then being here, it's like sitting on the other side of the spectrum. It's just amazing to hear you talk. And something I've gathered is you didn't end with SQL. You continued to learn. You went to Azure, you continued because a lot of people end there and the knowledge is it's great. It's a great foundation, but
Mm.
then adding onto it the other courses that you were
Yeah,
taking
yeah,
makes a lot of sense. Kind of beefs you up in terms of what you know,
yeah.
which again is, I suspect, is one of the reasons you stood out. And to think that you were hired from Africa, that's insane. Like it's not even making sense to me because why would a European company, they can't find someone in Europe, like they're coming all the way and they're the ones reaching out to you, not you reaching, like how is that even possible? Walk me through that. Like, did you believe when you were still studying
No,
that
never.
you could get us? I know we used to have these conversations
Yeah,
in our group chats, like, oh, we're doing this thing, we're even in Africa, we're not even sure whether we're going to get jobs.
sure.
It's like, let's just do it anyway. There's no harm. But I how did you feel? Like, did it debunk certain myths you had about the fact that people studying in Africa cannot get jobs because they are in Africa?
Yeah,
I
of
want
course. That
watching right now who's in Africa, Cameroon, Nigeria, anywhere, and it's having the same thoughts, and then seeing how they were patiently waiting for you for 1 year. That's a pretty long time.
yeah,
How
yeah,
is that
mm,
possible? You must have really stood out. So
yeah,
please tell us more about that.
yeah. Like as I always, I mean, you know me in even in class, as I always say.
Yeah,
um I mean, the it is very essential for you to like be very very determined, right? That's one of the most
right.
important thing, to be very very determined. And as I always said, like the like the there is no problem in trying, right? But there is certainly failure in failing to try. Like,
Wow.
it is true, I wasn't, I mean, I was just trying to see, and to see if it's going to be possible, right?
Yeah.
So, and we carry take, and I mean, the instructors, the whole family. And I mean, at one moment when when actually I started studying, I saw everything to be some sort of a bit difficult, and everything was just difficult for me. I was like, oh, will I go through? But as time goes by, the instructors started giving you the strength, encouraging you, coaching you, telling you to do this, telling you to do that. This is what is done. These are the tricks. These are the tips, right? Because everything is not just being too intelligent, right?
Right.
And as KiawiTech always say, like everybody, all instructors, they know KiawiTech always say this. You like IT is not for certain categories of people, right? It's for everybody. It now depends on you to make that determination, or to make that decision, right? To actually take the bull by the horn. And KiawiTech is always there, and to kind of facilitate this process, right? Yeah, I
Yeah.
know so many people are watching me in Africa, so many people are watching me in Europe, other people. I mean, there's so many people watching me right now. They'll be like, they are like still doubting to start. Like, they're still doubting, can I actually start?
The
Is it
doubt is
possible? Would
tormented.
like, please, if I am a living testimony, right?
Yeah.
I'm a living testimony, and the train is still rolling, guys. You see, Caritech is still doing this sensitization, trying to encourage you with these webinars, trying to give you this information. At one moment, you won't be able to meet the train. This is a time to take that opportunity. If you don't take this opportunity now, okay. I mean, the train is rolling, right? It's rolling,
Yeah.
and the world is changing. Everything now is IT. Okay. So I mean, shout out to Caritech for all these webinars, all these sensitization
Right.
that I've been doing to the community, to the entire, especially our back home, because we have that fear that we are not meant for the IT field, right? So,
Right.
and I think I think those watching me should be able to raise up their hands and say, at least that myth has been taken away, and it's time to take the bull by the horn and do something for yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much for just shedding more light on that. I'm really happy that you're sharing this story because this is one of the biggest questions that comes up every time we have webinars. So every time we have people joining from Africa, one of the biggest questions is, what are the possibilities? Is it feasible? And you, like you rightly said, you are a living testimony to it. And I know you already mentioned this about they opened my offer letter, which was very supportive to you, and you still able to reach out to like Cprint. That's telling of the fact that you never really leave KiawiTech IT Academy. Like even when you graduate, you're still part of the community. But I would like you to just tell me a bit more about how KiawiTech was able to support you more specifically on this journey. Like you're able to reach out to Cprint, for example, and he's able to help to, continue to motivate you, to tell you to give it a shot. You never know. I mean, it's okay to be skeptical, like, oh, this is uncommon. This is really uncommon. Like, what do you think made you to stand out that much? And how was Kiawi Tech specifically able to contribute to that journey to make it possible for you?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Beverly, for that question. I think it's a wonderful experience being a member of the KiawiTech community because I mean KiawiTech is a family, right? KiawiTech is, I mean, you talk to instructors. Instructors talk to you like as if you are a baby. Like they take you like a baby. They take you like you don't know anything. They explain. I mean, you used to see some instructors the way they explain things to you as if you really do not know anything, right? They try to break everything down to at least for you to be able to understand what they are teaching you. Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, first the Cavitech community, wonderful community, right? And so from the training right up to open my offer letter, right up to drafting CV, giving tips, sending your CVs to instructors to vet them, to check. Like they give you all these resources for you to stand out, and they give you the guides, right? So as far as I can like to actually kind of point it out what Caritech actually did for me. I mean, from the training, SQL Server Database Administration, I didn't only learn SQL Server Database Administration. It's only in Caritech that I actually knew what Active Directory was, right? I never knew.
Wow.
Like it's in Caritech I knew what Active Directory was. I mean, before like even though we were doing SQL Server database administration, but we had IT specialists who will come in during SQL Server database administration to help you understand system administration, network administration. I mean, you you are a SQL Server database administrator, but you can still literally handle um system administration problems. You can deploy Active Directory, you can deploy operating system, you can troubleshoot any problem with your operating system or networking, you can deploy switches. So that was a wonderful gift or a wonderful thing that Caritech actually did for me. And I feel like it actually made me outstanding because my company, they were not just looking for a SQL Server database administrator, but they wanted someone with a broad knowledge also in cloud computing because I'm a database administrator in the cloud, right? So um before you even be a database administrator in the cloud, a cloud database administrator, you should at least understand cloud computing, which is the basic IT or the basic system administration and networking that KiawiTech teaches through during the process of SQL Server database administration. Okay, then after that, they gave us the Azure program. That is, they had to introduce the Azure program, which also like facilitated the process because the trend. You see, Caritech is always on the trend, like struggling to balance its like the like trying to like adapt to the trend in IT. So they started we launched they started the Azure training. So I went for the Azure training. I concretize my knowledge in SQL Server database administration with cloud computing. And the next thing they did was open my offer letter where we were being taught how to get interview like respond to interview questions. We were taught how to like apply for a job, and we were taught how to draft an outstanding CV. And yeah, so and later on I mean, you have all instructors that are available for you. The instructors, you can always reach out to these instructors without any fear, and they will get back to you. Maybe if you have an interview in few days or in few time, you get to an instructor, the instructor will respond to you and will give you maybe some mock interviews and so on and so forth. Okay, so Caritet actually did that. I remember when I had my second round of interview, and I had to reach out to I mean to the founder himself, who is someone who is like he's down to the earth, right? He's down to the earth. So he responded to me, and I told him I needed help as far as this second round or third round of interview was concerned. So he actually designated some specialized instructors to kind of give me some mock interviews. Okay, so give me mock interview questions. yeah, I was able to maneuver the whole interview process, and that was thanks to the help of KiawiTech. So I mean, shout out, guys, shout out to the family. As I said, I'm a living testimony. Please remember, now KiawiTech is still struggling to reach out, struggling to sensitize a lot of people. KiawiTech, the train is still rolling. It is time for you to take the bull by the horn, right? Because at one moment you will find yourself, like, you will see that you are actually late to get to the field, okay? And the field, this IT field, is not for a certain category of people, it's for everybody. Nobody was born dull, or nobody was born too intelligent. It is just left for you to share, to send away that fear of not making, right? So you really need to take that step by starting something, okay? And yeah, so, and Caritech is always there, obviously, to lead you, right? Because to me, Caritech is a gateway, right? It's a gateway. They may not give you everything, but it's a gateway, right? You may have everything, like, you may have everything at your disposal to to carry out a task, but you do not have someone to guide you. You don't have anybody who can put you on track. That is a very serious problem. You may be a very good footballer, right? You may have the skills of playing, of being the best footballer in the world, but if you don't have a good coach, if you don't even know where to see a coach, or if you don't even have, or if you can't kind of exercise those skills, or to see where you can exercise those skills freely, then I mean, you'll be a loser, right? So that's why Tech is the gateway. It is the gateway to the IT field, and it's the gateway to success. Okay, yeah. So
Awesome. Wow. I love that phrase. KiawiTech is a gateway. I just love that sentence.
yeah.
Because a lot of times, people think that KiawiTech, because we say that you go through the institution and you get all the support that you need, some people come and relax because they feel that, oh, KiawiTech is supposed to, just spoon feed you. It's true that the academy gives you a lot more than enough to thrive, but a lot of it also comes from your personal determination, and that's something I hear echoing in your explanation since we started. Like, you had the extra drive to succeed and to make this really work for you, and I'm really happy how you've broken it down into the tiny bits of reaching out to the CEO, who is so down to earth. I mean, his humility is so outstanding. Like, he doesn't say, "Oh, I'm the boss. I'm just gonna be up there, and I'm not going to associate, let other people." But then he's always there. You call him anytime. He's ready to pick up the phone and walk you through stuff, as he himself is an expert and he himself has gone through that process. So, away from technical skills, I know that these are very important, and we've been talking about them for a while. Are there other soft skills that you were able to pick up from this academy? There's no way you're going to say no, because first, you were our team leader, and that is a soft skill, and you showed us Pepe.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, I remember. And yeah, but that
There's no better person to have this conversation with than you, because
yeah.
when I think back at how you would set up meetings, you would be on the laptop till like midnight and trying to work on our group projects, and people would sleep off. I mean, it was so funny. When
Yeah,
I
that's
think
right.
back at all those times and the resilience and how you stayed awake, you tried to finish it. I don't know. Other people in our group, like Brazil and the rest, I mean, I was so proud to see them getting jobs and everything, because I was like, wow, this is this is just amazing. I mean, so people may not understand if they've not actually been part of it to see how it really works. And some of us were just wondering, how is Martin staying awake all this time? It's like, we have to finish this today, But this is your story. Let me let you tell it. How did, if at all, the academy empower you with soft skills that are helping you even today in your position?
Yeah, like, I mean, as I earlier said, there is a
Yeah,
lot that you learn in Caritech, right? You don't
yeah,
only learn, like, I'm doing this presentation like without any fear, being I can express myself boldly. I can I can go for any interview anywhere and talk without any problem, thanks to KiawiTech, right? Because we, as we are seated here, we used to have these hot seats all the time where instructors will hit you with questions and you need to look into their eyes and respond without any fear, right? I mean,
Mhm.
those are things you can never buy. Honestly, you can never buy these kind of things because there are there are very these soft skills that you develop. There are you I mean, they're inborn. It's something that you need to practice, right? It's
Yeah.
something that you kind of do it like constantly to adapt. And I mean, there was a lot, right? First in Cavitech, after some studies, you have team projects, right? You have capstone
Right.
project. You need to have a group leader where the leader need to be pushing people to do their part of the job, do this. We need to present. We need to like those are wonderful skills that I had because working in a team, I mean, in an advanced IT company that I am in now, um, guys, if you, I mean, you can go to my LinkedIn profile and you see it, okay? And I mean, just to like maybe who knows, yeah, maybe you want to really know the top IT company I'm talking about that I'm working with. You just go to my LinkedIn,
Yeah, I
Martin
mean,
Tellen
it's
Alemke.
important. I was actually
Yeah,
going to ask you at some point if you can share because someone might be listening and they're like, "Oh, I want to reach
yeah.
out to Martin later and just
Mhm.
have a private chat about his journey and how I can onboard myself onto this kind of training." And they might be wondering how to reach you. So I think
Yeah.
on LinkedIn your name is Martin Alemke.
Yeah,
That's it.
Martin Tellen Alemke, right?
Martin Tellen Alemke.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was just
So
trying
if
to look you up. I think that's I don't know if you
yeah,
can see the screen.
yeah,
That's
that's
you.
fine. Yeah,
You're
that's fine. Yeah,
right.
that's perfect.
Martin Kellen
So
Alemka. I see you have AWS Azure SQL all over your cover photo. Damn,
mhm,
this is good.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, that was like this. The soft skills were like wonderful to me because
Inspire Inc. I see cloud support engineer, Amazon Web Services.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
mm,
So yeah. So I'm actually a database cloud support engineer for Amazon Web Services. Okay. So
wow.
yeah. So I mean, so surprising, right? Sure, obviously.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
and
God.
mhm,
I had
and
not really looked up your profile like that. Now that I'm looking it up,
mm,
it's amazing.
yeah, yeah. So like can we take? I mean, the team spirit that
Mm,
they actually cultivated. It is what is keeping me with my team today. Because top IT companies, guys, you can never work alone. There's nothing like I'm too good in this and you sit alone and work out things, right? It
mm,
is teamwork, right? You must learn how to communicate with your peer. You must learn how to work together. You must know how to segregate this task and perform your duty on time and assisting your peers if you're like most of the time, especially in my own company, most of the time they give you more accolades based on how you assist peers, okay, based on the influence you have on others, not
yeah.
not 100% on your performance. They look at the culture more
Right.
to be more important than even performance, right? So
Right.
with Tech, I mean, we had these teams and we had so many people. We had people from different backgrounds, people who never knew anything, people who had issues with laptop, like people who come into class and we have a project that is ongoing and I mean, we have separated the group project, and maybe Efrazi has to present section A to C, Martin will take section C to F, and the other one. And in the midst of presentation, boom, someone's laptop will just shut down. And as a team leader, what do I do? Like, I
Oh
would,
my God, you're
yeah,
bringing memories.
yeah.
I
So
just, I'm just picturing that because that actually happened
it
during our
happened, right?
presentation.
Yeah, like I had no choice than to dive in and continue the
Right.
presentation. And to be honest, Beverly, this is the same thing that is happening. This is the
Wow.
same thing that is happening in my own job environment, right?
Wow.
You you have people go for vacation, people go for leave, colleagues, teammates, maybe they fall sick at times, and you don't expect your manager to to come in and say, okay, Martin, maybe this particular database is having an issue. We have a task to perform here. This has to be troubleshooted. This has to be resolved. Please, can you? No, you don't need to wait for your manager to do that. So with that's those soft skills like team spirit, which I built in KiawiTech, I am able to fit in any team. I work with the network team. I work with database. Normally my team is database team, but I work with even with the deployment team, the security team. I work with them without any problem, because if I have issues with database security, I don't wait. I don't. Or there's an issue with security. I don't wait for maybe the manager to be like, okay, let's jump in, right? So these are soft skills I actually developed by leading various teams and projects during my stay in KiawiTech. So it is shout out to KiawiTech, right? And I mean, in addition to that, we had like I mean, we had this open my offer letter where they teach you soft skills. I mean, I remember when I was one of our last session for open my offer letter was how to answer interview question, and they were talking about they use the star method. The star. I was like, what is star here? I mean, what is star? What is going on? It is after I actually understood that the STAR approach, right? I mean, where you use situation, task, action, and result. It all companies, guys, especially top IT companies, if you are responding to a question, if you are responding to anything, if you are talking to your manager, if you're talking to your peer, if you want help and you're not using the STAR approach, you won't have help. You won't actually have anything, because you should be able to categorize yourself. What situation am I facing? Maybe, okay, I have my database is not performing properly, or maybe I have long running queries. I have a problem with my database. That is the situation, right? What is the task? What have I done? Okay, what have I done? What have I actually done? Okay, I have actually updated statistics, or I've done this, and that's the action that you actually took, right? And what result have you taken? So that is, I actually developed this in KiawiTech, like understanding how to talk to it to face a problem, how to use RCA. I remember instructor you talk about RCA. I would be like, what is RCA? But today, guys, RCA is that's called root cause analysis. Today I use RCA. RCA comes out of my mouth like every second, right? Because everything is all about, right, RCA. That's root cause analysis, right? You cannot solve a problem without actually knowing the root cause, and that those are the basic things. Those are the little things that Caltech actually kind of push you into, and you kind of get yourself acquainted to the enterprise situation, and you are able to get to any interview and talk as if you are a senior database administrator. You actually I mean, been a senior database administrator for donkey of years. Like, at times you talk and they'll be like, yeah, this is really someone who knows what he's actually doing. Okay,
Right.
so those soft skills, I mean, they were so great to me. And just to add on that, and I mean, the fact that everything is just down to earth in Cavitech is, I mean, is so amazing, right? Everything, I mean, from the CEO right down to the store, everything is just down to earth. If you need anything,
Right.
you can get the help, and they are there for you. I mean, the instructors even used to give you calls and be like, where are you? Why were you not in this training? Okay. And some people would think that maybe we are saying this, guys, it is time, and it is time you need to take this step, right? It's very essential. And at one moment you will see that Caltech will be at the top, like maybe there won't even be space for each intake. And I'm seeing that coming, like, because the
Mm.
news is actually spreading.
Right.
There won't be space. People will need to go in for interview to come and do training in Caritech. So
Wow.
my best advice is, the train is still rolling now, guys. So prepare yourself and take the next step.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I like how detailed you are. I can literally imagine, like I can picture you doing all those things that you're saying. And I can definitely attest to it because, again, I was a member of your group, and I can attest to how you would step in every point, even when someone is struggling to find words for a concept. You would step in, and you were not afraid to try, and that was something that really stood out about you. And even your leadership skills. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. This is actually funny, but I'm gonna mention it. Like, if you don't work, your name is not gonna be on the list.
of course, of course. I mean,
If you work.
so like
So
those.
that, like, your integrity, is so loud. Like, you do the work, your name is on the list. You don't do the work, your name is not on the list of those. You're gonna put
Yeah,
some people's names in red. Like, nope, they didn't participate. They were
yeah,
not on the calls, they were not working. And
mm,
to me, that spoke to your integrity as a person. Like, you're not just going to, pamper people, but then actually push them to work.
mhm,
And you will call people, out of your own goodwill, to be like, what's going on?
mm,
You're no longer coming to meetings and all of that. And so I think those soft skills, like you said, are things that people don't really think about when they're trying to enroll into these kind of trainings. They're only focusing on the technical skills. But one thing to keep in mind is those technical skills will get you the job, but also character will keep the job for you,
yep.
and all the soft skills and things like that. And moving on to the work that you've been doing at AWS, you were awarded Rising Star Award. I saw you posted it on LinkedIn.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
after your first 5 months, and this award specifically acknowledges delivering results, productivity, raising the bar in
yeah,
quality.
yeah.
I'm like, wow, this is amazing for just 5 months into the job. How did this make you feel that you're getting recognized already as a rising star?
Yeah.
Just barely 5 months into your job. How did that make you feel?
I mean, like, I mean, as I always tell my manager, I mean, I haven't still figured out everything correctly. Like, I am still confused. When I say I'm still confused, like, I'm still imagining, I can't still imagine myself being here where I am today. To be honest, guys, I, yeah, it's still very difficult for me to imagine that actually happened. But to be
Yeah,
honest, it is happening. Okay,
yeah,
it is happening, just to let you know that um I mean, you need to send away that fear, right? If you take an action, if you send away that fear and you take a first action, the probability for you to have result is zero point 0.5. It may be positive, and the probability to fail is zero point 0.5. But if you don't take an action, if you don't do anything, if you just sit back, the only certain thing which has probability of 1 is that failure. So that is
right.
the problem. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, and if you see the Rising Star Award that I was awarded.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just hard work, right? As I said, it's also there's still some sort of hard work and determination in all of this. If you want to learn something, if you want to study something, you will do it. And the fear that I like, people always tend to be like, I'm seeing SQL Server that, like, they're running scripts queries and it's so difficult. Oh my God, I can't do this. Please don't blame yourself for not knowing something for the first time, right? Don't blame yourself for for seeing something and not understanding it or not knowing it. It's not
yeah,
your fault. It is because you have not yet been taught. It is because you don't yet know. Why is it that little babies or kids, when they go to school, they give them 1 plus 1, and they come home crying and they're like, oh, it's too difficult? I mean, it is because they don't know, they have not been taught. So everything is for you to learn. You need to get determined. You need to push things ahead, right? put Push things ahead and know that, okay, I have this particular thing that is so difficult for me. I will use 2 days to learn this thing, and I need to know this, I need to understand this. So those are the like the driving force that you must have internally, that Kaute will just now pick you, and I mean, it will just cement everything, and you're ready to move ahead. So it's it's also like a lot of hard work, as I said, for to go to get that rising star. Obviously, is I mean, I had to top. performance. I mean, topping the team in performance, topping the team in troubleshooting, topping the team in like, I mean, topping for some time for my for my probation period. So that's why I actually had that award. Then I also got certified. I got this AWS Solutions Architect Associate. I also got the Cloud Foundation certificate and Gen AI, because the trend now is AI. So and all of this is, it
Yeah.
is. I mean,
Talking about AI, tell me a bit more about that. The other day I was just reading and I'm wondering, AI is revolutionizing, like it's changing a lot of things, industries. Somebody just wakes up feeling scared, like, what if I receive an email that, I've been replaced by AI and things like that. Wait, do you think, from your experience working so far, that AI has come to replace us, or it would only replace those who are refusing to adapt on how to use AI?
uh, yeah, that's kind
And
of
how is it built into your work?
yeah, that's a bit like tricky question. But to
Yeah.
be honest, as I told you, um, AI is just a facilitator. I mean, the way I look at AI personally is just a facilitator. Okay, because um, the only problem that people are going to face with AI, if if is exclusively if you don't adapt. Like the
Okay.
trend, the trend now is IT, cloud computing. If you don't adapt, obviously you're going to find yourself, I mean, you probably you are comfortable as an accountant today, or you are comfortable as maybe as a history tutor, or a chemistry tutor, or you are comfortable doing maybe a customer service. I mean, you pick calls, make these calls, maybe I mean, those are very delicate stuff you're actually doing, because AI is coming for you. If you see stuff, anything, most of the stuff now, agentic AI can get these things automated. And a lot of people are going to be faced with AI if you don't follow the trend. Move into IT, move into the AI. Let AI don't let AI shouldn't follow you, right? You should sorry, you should not follow AI, right? AI should instead follow you, meaning as AI is coming, you should be ahead. Okay, and it is very essential, as I earlier said, to start from somewhere, right? Start at least with the IT, understand these basics. As you're moving, you move to the cloud, you understand how Gen AI functions, how machine learning functions, how agentic AI functions, how it can replace you, and you start you start adapting. Okay, and like myself, I always kind of, I mean, when the issue of AI started coming in, I was like, okay, what should I do now? So I actually took a certification in Gen AI to understand how the Gen AI actually functions. Okay, but within AI, those people who develop AI, right? AI needs a database. AI does not just function in the air. AI needs a database. So database administrators, even if because even
Mm.
if like AI cannot develop its own database, cannot maintain its own database, right? So you see that there are some certain functions that will still need human loop, whether you like it or not.
Right.
And data, as I said, is still the key. At this moment, we still believe that data is still the key, because all applications, whether it's agentic applications or Gen AI applications, they function from a database. All the data that you receive from that prompt is from a database, right? So I believe that I mean, there's a lot more with the AI, but the revolution is really, the trend is really fast, and we also need to be fast as well. So, and yeah.
Right. Absolutely. I just love how you've articulated it, because again, it's not just about AI, taking over. It's about us, being a step ahead, as the AI is being released. And again, your drive is still shining through your story, because every time you foresee a challenge, you go trying to learn, like you go trying to get a certification in Gen AI to understand how it works. That's very telling of you, trying to stay a step ahead. And again, it's not just about Kiawi Tech spoon feeding you. It's also you having that personal drive as a human, like, oh, I want to grow. And I think it is all of those characteristics that you embody that you were able to even get this award just 5 months into your job as a rising star. I
Mm.
mean, who knows when next we're talking, you will be telling us about another award that you got. And
Mm.
why not? That would be amazing. I'll be so happy to hear that. And so this is just amazing. There's so many important things, so many relevant things that you've said in this conversation that I don't even know how to summarize what you said, because it's like every single thing is so important. And you mentioned something about the AI. The AI runs, it has databases, and they need to be maintained as well. They need to be looked after, and so there would always be need for database administrators,
Of
even
course.
even in the area of AI. So thank you
Yeah.
for shining light on that, and for debunking some of those myths that people might have from the fact that you were able to move from Africa to Europe for a job that you did not apply for, that you got invited to
Yeah.
come for. So that's also
Mm.
telling about social media presence, right? I love
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
fact, because
I mean,
some people are social media shy. They don't want to have a profile on social media. You don't have to be everywhere. Like, you don't have to be on Facebook, on TikTok, on LinkedIn. You can choose one. LinkedIn is the most professional one so far that I know. And again, they saw your profile, right? On LinkedIn. If you were not on LinkedIn, just imagine you wouldn't have had this job.
of
They
course.
saw your
That's
profile and
that's
they reached out. So
that's
I
it.
cannot even I don't know how to say this every single second, that it is so important to be on social media, to put yourself out there,
Yeah.
let people see what you are capable of, so that, I mean, if you're unable to reach people, people can reach you. I mean,
Sure.
recruiters can reach you. People are always trying
Mm.
to recruit, especially on LinkedIn. So
Yeah.
that's also a very important lesson that I think people should be picking out today. Like,
Yeah.
don't be shy about putting out your profile out there. Some people just want to hide. They're like, oh, I'm not a social media person. That those are jobs that you're losing out on by not being a social media person.
Yeah. Yeah. Just to add on that social media presence, and I mean, it is maybe we are taking it very lightly. Like, we are not emphasizing on this enough. To be honest, I can't emphasize on this enough, right? I think this my words should already speak a lot. I said I can't
Yeah,
emphasize on this enough. There is, I mean, you may have everything at your disposal. You may be a very good footballer, but if nobody is seeing you, if nobody is there to coach you out, you can't make it. I
yeah,
believe that there is a database administrator out there that is more performant than I do. I'm very sure. I know, but because I am, so I have, so I'm open to social media. That I
yeah,
have a professional LinkedIn profile. That recruiters reach
absolutely.
out to me. I am ahead. That's actually the issue here. I'm ahead of that person, right? So take this very important. Having your LinkedIn profile, it is one of the critical aspect of your professional journey, whether you like it or not. Is very important. You may have the best CV, but nobody is seeing that CV. Recruiters, when there's a new job that is launched, the very first thing recruiters do is they go to LinkedIn and they use AI to filter out those specific keywords. I want somebody with this experience, who has worked this, who has this in his profile, who has this particular item mentioned in his profile, and they now send invitations. And maybe that is how you can easily get a job. And I got mine that way. So, and this, to be honest, I heard of LinkedIn from KiawiTech. I didn't know what's
You
LinkedIn,
have to be
right?
kidding me.
So yeah, that's
Really?
of course. So you see,
Wow.
those are the aspects, all right. Those are the touching part of character. Those are the key. I mean, to me, I mean, that particular open my offer letter is so important to me than even the training.
Wow.
To me, that's personally. Yes, because yeah, I could have the skills, I could have everything, but if I didn't go for open my offer letter to actually understand how, especially if you are still new into the job market, like you don't actually understand how the job market functions in IT, you need this. All right. If I didn't go through that open my offer letter, I think it was how many months? I mean, I would have had, I would probably had the skills, but I would have been home with my skills. right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been where I am today. So just to let you know, guys, that when you start something, finish it, push it hard, and you're going to make it. And irrespective of the ups and downs you are faced with, you will there will be one day there will be a solution for that particular thing, and you're going to make it. Okay. Today, I mean, if I open my LinkedIn profile now, like recruiters call, I mean, they even put their price tag that we are giving you this. I mean, we are giving you this, either you take this job or you get someone as a recommendation. But when I was back home, no recruiter had ever reached out to me, right? Like no recruiter.
Yeah.
But immediately I passed through the gateway, which I call KiawiTech. You remember my gateway is KiawiTech. So KiawiTech
Yes.
pushed me into the field, and
Right.
today I talk with top recruiters. I mean, like talking, we have it. They reach out to me on LinkedIn and they say, okay, this job is available. We need somebody to get handle this, because most at times the way companies recruit now, they use the recommendation approach, right?
Right.
They use the recommendation approach. That's why they reach out to outstanding profiles in LinkedIn, looking at your profile, and they know that you can give a good recommendation. It is the same thing that if you have a good profile, these recruiters will directly reach out to you and be like, can you take this job, or you recommend someone? And that is
Yeah.
how you build the network at the same moment. And I mean, every day I receive more than, and not only from Europe, from America. I receive recruitment, like invitations from different countries, honestly, every day. So, and the only thing I just do, I just develop an automatic response telling them, currently I cannot leave my role. And I mean, that's it.
Oh.
But that is
I can
because
imagine.
yeah, I am in the, I mean,
They're
I'm at the
rushing
field.
you.
Of
You're
course.
being rushed now because,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah, because I'm in the
you have
field.
shown that you're credible.
Yeah, I have
Right.
opened the door, right? The door was open.
Exactly.
If I didn't open the door, I would have still I would have still been where I was, and nobody would have been would actually have known who I am and kind of stuff. So, I mean,
For
I
sure.
believe there's a lot more that we can always discuss, and yeah,
Yeah, 1 hour is not enough for us to digest everything about your
sure.
journey. I'm sure,
Hmm.
again, in the future, like I said, we're going to come back here for this conversation and you'll be talking to us with another award that you've gotten. And there was so many more interesting stories. So I just want to say thank you so, so, so much, Martin, for making time to come share these very important tips and tricks with us. Tomorrow is grand orientation for the next batch, and this conversation could not be more timely. I'm just going to show it up here on the screen. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. CST, 8 p.m. Watt, that's West African time, 8 p.m. CT, wherever you are, you're invited to join. And I mean, after listening to Martin, if this is something that you think that you want to take a leap of faith, and see what it looks like on the other side, do well to join us. The Zoom credentials are on the screen. That's the ID and the password. We'll be looking forward to having you tomorrow, or the entire KiawiTech community. Even those who are already in the community, this conversation is still very relevant because you need to continue motivating yourself even as you're in there, because some people lose motivation along the way when they're inside and they're like, oh, I don't think I'm going to make it to the finish line. And like Maxon said, whatever you start, make sure you take it to the finish line. And I'm the first to testify because I've seen him firsthand do that. And so it was such a great time having everyone today. I'm so glad that some people were able to tune in. I see Faith is saying, wow, that's amazing. And okay, sorry. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Faith. Faith is watching from YouTube, I think. I hope you were inspired, Faith, and do well to share this session, this show, this video with other people you think might be best suited for this opportunity as well. So thank you so much, Martin. Thank you, everybody. And looking forward to seeing you tomorrow at our grand orientation. For everybody, whether you've registered or not, just come and listen. Our CEO is going to be there, the entire executive, the team. There's going to be hundreds of people on the Zoom call, so make sure you're there. And you'll continue to get a dose of this inspiration and everything. But Martin has his very long story, and he always has so many things to say, but I'm just going to tell him to leave us with one sentence, no more than one sentence. Don't tell us a story. Just leave us with one sentence.
Yeah, like guys, I mean, I just want to tell you to just put this in your mind, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Okay, just put it in your mind that if you fail to prepare, then you are preparing to fail. Okay,
Awesome.
because the world is coming to a certain point where, please, we need to prepare to avoid failure, right? And waiting for you maybe tomorrow or another time, Beverly. Thanks for your time. And I mean, I'm always there. Should need me in
Right.
any way, I'll obviously be available to give out to the community. Yeah,
Perfect. You see how people are getting inspired. That's the bio. It says, "Thank you, I'm inspired." People have been
yeah.
inspired by your story. So thank you so much for sharing. Until next time, we're going to say goodbye, good night, or have a great rest of your day wherever you are and whatever time zone you're in. But see you all tomorrow. It's a rendezvous. So mark your calendars and join us tomorrow and have a good rest of your time. Thank you and bye.
Bye bye.
KiawiTech IT Academy is all about empowerment, transformation, and education.
KiawiTech IT Academy is innovative.
KiawiTech IT Academy is empowering.